Hello and welcome. In the present episode of our Getting Started example for ABES geometry control software, we will introduce the concept of segment groups. Segment groups are used to model typical bridge components, such as typical spans or typical series of spans or balanced cantilevers. In the context of this Getting Started example, we will only have one segment group, and that will be the balanced cantilever I've already explained to you in the very first video of this series. So, just like with all the other objects, I've right-clicked on segment group and I have given this particular segment group a name, cantilever, and here we find ourselves again in the corresponding dialog. The dialog that goes with this particular type of object, the segment group. In this dialog, we will simply arrange the segments in order to tell the program how our segment group looks like. So we start from left to right. This window here serves as the list or the space for the list of segments. We can right click and append our first segment, and we are starting with the first cantilever segment. And such we could simply continue adding cantilever after cantilever, or alternatively we can right click on an existing segment and clone it, copy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cantilever segments are already present, 7 now, 8, and after 8 cantilever segments, we will find ourselves inputting the pier segment. And after the pier segment, we are putting another 8 cantilever segments. And I've made an error here. I've added pier segments after pier segment after pier segment. I can click on it, right click, and replace this segment with a cantilever segment. Same with this one, and same with this one. And we are back on track. We've got 8 cantilever segments on one side, followed by a pier segment, followed by 3 cantilever segments at this stage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here we are. This is our list of segments. In order to be able to place this segment group at the desired point or region of the axis, we will need to define our connection point, which will then be matched with an axis point that we have already input before in our axis element here, axis object. We are going to connect our segment group with the axis at the pier segment. So we click on the pier segment, we choose the connection point that we have defined in our cross section and in our pier segment, and we tell the program that this will be our pier connection point for connecting this segment group with the axis. Accept, and that already concludes the input of this particular segment group. As always, we could have as many segment groups as we want, and usually you have a lot more than one segment group to form a bridge. This is a simple example. This is sufficient for our purposes here. As always, if we want to have a visualization of our new object, we can right click and select one of the visualization options. I encourage you to try all of them. For this video I will use the default diagram. Here we are. This is the default visualization of our segment group. At this stage it's a straight assembly. We have not connected this segment group with the curved axis yet, but we can see how it is composed. A pier segment here in the middle with control points 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 segments on each side of the pier segment. Here is our simple cross section, and this already concludes the information conveyed in this video. We will be assembling the bridge object in the following video.